welcome to the convention. A little late for you, having a couple technical difficulties. I like to blame that early Chelsea goal for that, but
Yeah,
I
probably.
can't even call it early. I'm Sevi Sanchez. Sitting next to me as always, Fabio DeCecca. We have a special surprise, Marcus Anderson. No relation to Gabi, believe it or not, but wears the jersey well, wears it with pride. So
It's a throwback too.
I do what I can.
it is a little bit of a throwback. What's that, five years ago?
Yeah, it's a Suarez, right?
Suarez generation.
We are watching Liverpool visit Chelsea, who just took the lead a few minutes in, Olivier Giroud, in a game that means more for Chelsea, to be honest. I mean,
Well, Marcus and I were going through it. If Liverpool can eke out just a tie, it secures top 4 finish for them.
yeah.
So
Chelsea have to win today,
I have to win out.
win Wednesday or Tuesday, whenever they play, and then win the final game of the season. When they need Liverpool to not win today, they need to beat Liverpool today.
And they have to hope that
Liverpool don't win. If Liverpool draw or lose on the final day,
Yeah.
they could also sneak in.
But then
But now Tottenham are also in the equation because they lost yesterday.
But if Liverpool, if Liverpool lose this game and win the last game, and Chelsea win out
Yeah, Liverpool still go through if Liverpool win the last game.
because of goal difference,
Yeah, they're not going to be caught.
maybe, unless Chelsea can put a few away here.
It's pretty big.
That's what she
It
said.
is
12?
7 or what?
Goal
43,
difference
26.
7. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Wait,
That's not
7?
including goal difference. 40. Oh no, I'm looking at Tottenham. All right, yeah. Never mind. 17. That's a little much.
I don't think,
Yeah, that's a little much.
especially because Liverpool don't really get shut out that often.
It would be Liverpool would have to lose a bunch, by a bunch, and Chelsea would have to win by a bunch each game. Oh, that was a nice little.
I missed the goal. How did it happen, Marcus?
Victor Moses down the right side.
Victor Moses, come on, grow up,
He
Moses.
parted the Red Sea. You get it?
Yeah.
They're wearing red jerseys.
Yeah. It's Moses, red, Liverpool. I'm picking up what you're laying down here.
Thank you.
Do you? I mean, also, okay, that would get Chelsea in Champions League next year. But if Liverpool just go on and beat Madrid, they're in it.
That's true too.
There's a lot of ways for Liverpool to get through.
Options. It's nice to have options.
Marcus, what do you think on this one? What results are you expecting?
I'm expecting like minimum 4 goals and win for the Reds.
Nice. I'm gonna go with a different take. I think Liverpool, honestly, they just need to get healthy. That's the thing. I mean, Chelsea are at full strength here. Liverpool pretty full strength as well. I'm kind of surprised by that. I thought for sure Klopp would be resting players because it's all about Champions League final now, right? Like everything has to be for that.
I don't know. I think he's thinking, let's just get the tie, secure 4th place, and move on, and then we'll focus on the rest.
Yeah, Seb, we got 2.5 weeks till Madrid.
So that's Oxlade-Chamberlain who's
Yeah, I know. That's
missing the World Cup.
Also, man, Alexander-Arnold starting in the midfield today.
Yeah, why isn't Henderson playing?
I
Is
know
he
they're
resting him?
I think they're resting Henderson. I think he's quietly kind of become like so important, which is weird because you wouldn't have thought that. You wouldn't have thought Jordan Henderson like
Of the Liverpool
let's
team?
get this guy his rest. He needs he needs to be fresh.
I mean, he is the workhorse, and he's going to have a lot of work to do against Madrid.
A lot. It's so bright here.
Oh,
Why do you take that outside?
that's a
Ooh.
foul.
No foul?
He's called it. He called the other way.
He's booking him for diving? I don't know. Salah is not a big diver. He's usually so damn
Is
fast.
that John Arne Risa?
No. Oh.
Yeah, there was a little touch at the end, but it wasn't enough to make him go down.
Was there a touch?
Not right here.
No, but on this one, wait. Does
Oh,
he
you
get
can't.
it?
Yeah.
Does he get it?
He got his knee.
You can't do that. Can't do that.
I wouldn't have called a foul, but I wouldn't have called a dive. The ball was squirting away from him a little bit.
Oh, that was How's this guy just lying on the pitch with the ball boy right there? Lying on the side, catching some sun.
Why not? Rare English sun.
Ooh, that's a yellow card. two-footed stubs up. Or the one-footed stub up.
I like it though. The unnecessary.
It's gotta hurt. Just
full
getting
speed
kicked
running
to the
at
foot.
you.
I'd let it go.
You don't want to concede a second. Go to halftime 1-0 down. That's fine. You have one of the best offenses in the world. You can let the second half take over.
What game means more, this one or Barcelona Real Madrid later today? Bearing in mind, Barcelona have already clinched the league.
Right.
Madrid are already clinched top 4, and I
Yeah,
mean all that could.
That's a pride game than it is anything else.
The only thing maybe it means is pride, and Madrid could overtake Atletico, which I guess means something to them for a second. But
It means what? If they don't win the Champions League, they're going to have to play a qualifying game.
just so they beat their inner city rival, I guess, more so than anything, right? Like just to finish ahead of them, like psychologically. But again, same thing as Liverpool. Madrid need to get healthy. Like they don't want anyone getting injured or exhausted for the Champions League final. So I'm guessing maybe this one because it means something to Chelsea, really. Like they're the only ones who can.
This means a lot to Chelsea. Yeah, they need this because Tottenham was a huge loss, and so this is their opportunity to get back in. Plus, I think they're a game behind both Liverpool and they're a game behind. So this gives them an opportunity to not have to stretch too much on those last 2 games.
Yeah.
You think Giroud starts for France?
Over
Man.
Lacazette. And France has got a lot. Martial.
I think Mbappe is like the only locked on
Forward?
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, Griezmann.
Him too, I guess.
I mean, the form he's in, you got to give it to him.
But yeah, I mean, yes, but do you still put like a number 9 in between them? You know what I mean?
know.
Like
That's a good
like Benzema, who went on and scored a couple goals, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. Like Benzema, it's like all of a sudden he's back. Like he was quiet, and now now he hits form at the end.
But yeah, I feel like it's too late to call Benzema, right? You haven't called him all year. He wasn't part of the last training. The last Euro team. It's too late. He hasn't gelled with the rest of the team.
You're saying his time's passed. He had his chance to fit in, and he just let it go.
But even that, like he hasn't been training with them this whole year, right? Going through all the qualifying games and stuff. Like it's very rare for a player to get called up this late, unless their form was just absolutely spectacular.
Well, shit, Ibrahimovic. Everyone's like, well, hasn't played for Sweden in a year, but guess we want him in the World Cup.
Is he actually playing?
No,
they said
they've already come out and said no.
But
he's already said no.
They said he already confirmed he isn't after he's like, well, maybe I will. So I think he's just saying that to like.
He was just.
He's going with like sponsors. He's going with like Visa or something.
Yeah, he was just trying to goad people because all he kept saying was, "I'm going to the World Cup.
I'll be there.
I'll be at the World Cup, but not like I'm gonna play. He's just gonna go." Which is like an Ibra thing to say. Like everything on Instagram now that I follow him is just they're all ads. That guy's just regging it in now.
Yeah.
Big news, obviously, is Alex Ferguson with a brain hemorrhage, which is maybe the most frightening 2 words you could possibly say, right, for anyone.
Sure.
So obviously, hoping he's on the mend.
How old is
Rival or
Ferguson?
not, I mean, you don't want.
How old is Ferguson? He was in his late 60s, early 70s?
Maybe 70, 70.
76.
No, he wasn't that old.
No,
Yeah.
Was he really?
Yeah.
he was definitely getting up there.
You're like super confident about your answer. Are you sure?
76.
Holy shit! I didn't even know that.
I know how to read.
Well, there you go.
I mean, obviously, as a Liverpool fan, I'm a bit conflicted when you talk about his overall legacy, not his health. I mean, health aside, obviously, you want everyone healthy.
For sure.
You don't wish that kind of shit on anyone, but right? I mean, he was a great manager. He raised the profile of the Premier League. You know, he's obviously done a lot for
He's
the game.
arguably
Like,
the
one of-
most notable Premier League manager of all time, right? Most notable
not even
manager of
arguable.
all
I mean,
time.
I'd say he is really, right?
And not just, he's the most notable manager of all time, right? Not just England.
Definitely,
If you go
definitely up there. Definitely up there.
Across the top 5 leagues.
Yeah. He's somewhere in the top 3. I mean, you can make an argument for like Arrigo Sacchi with Milan or something. I mean,
Yeah, that's a good
there's
one.
a lot of like managers you can pull from antiquity,
I
right?
mean, Wenger would be up there at some point.
I mean, Ferguson's
Ferguson's above
way
him for
past
sure. Yeah.
But the point being, he's done a lot for the game. But as a rival fan, whenever people celebrate him, it's always like, well, let's not forget that he was kind of a bully and a jerk to other teams, and he believed he was entitled to and received like unfair
Special
preferential
treatment,
treatment. Yeah, a lot. So within the which is it's not fair, right? Like it's not I'm not the only fan to mention
Point
that.
that
I mean,
out.
the whole thing that like Fergie time's even a thing, right? Like
Yeah.
But anyway, you want him to get better. You know why I want him to get better? I don't wish that on anyone, and I want him to watch Liverpool
win the Champions League.
Yeah, win the Champions League, win the league. Like I want him to see us come back with full force. The way I had to watch his teams for 20-something years.
Yeah, you guys would be pretty pissed that they were always the Reds. That's your color, and yet.
We're the Reds. They're the Red Devils. It's different.
Is it different?
We wear more red. They've got black or white shorts sometimes, so
You guys wear black and white.
Not in our full red kit. Our full red is red shorts, red socks,
We don't discriminate.
all red everything. Van Dyke, so solid,
Yeah.
so calming. This game has been a bit bumpy so far. Almost halftime.
Oh, what was that?
It's a little slip right when you're
You
about
got
to fire.
excited.
Wijnaldum. He had a great game in the Champions League.
Shut up. Speaking of the Champions League, did you guys see that what was it, Alberto Moreno, whatever?
Yeah.
That whole thing?
What, when he
Screw that
celebrated?
guy. No, him and some other guys, I think it was on ESPN FC, had like a 5-minute rant about how Roma sucks and how Roma doesn't deserve to be there and all this other stuff.
I thought you were talking about Liverpool's Alberto Moreno. I was
No.
He was happy about winning.
I think his last name is Moreno. He's like
Yeah.
a commentator. Screw that guy and that other guy who had no idea what they were talking about. Oh, that was a good tackle.
Was a good tackle. Here we go. Finish it.
No, too much.
Why you gotta try and dribble? Why even try, Bobby? Halftime. I did.
Wow, that just flew by that half.
It's amazing when you watch 10 minutes how quickly it goes by, right? Yeah, I did see that.
Screw that guy.
It definitely was a little like uncalled for, but
It was over the top to say that. Like that we didn't even deserve to be there. That, it was just a horrible, horrible team and all these other things. It's like, what? We came back from behind and beat Barcelona 3-0. We dominated.
out of a tough
We
group.
won our group with Chelsea and Atletico Madrid.
yeah.
And we lost by 1 goal to Liverpool on
Yeah.
aggregate. How are we a bad team? I don't understand.
I don't think you could say Roma didn't deserve to be there.
Yeah.
What I can say is, I don't think at any point in the tie did Roma look better. You can't say like I don't think they deserve. Like it'd be hard to make the argument they deserve to beat Liverpool.
In the first game, absolutely not. We played horrible. In the second game, there were moments where we dominated more, but that was because we were at home and we needed it more. But yeah, I mean, overall, sure, Liverpool were the better team and they deserve to go forward. Absolutely.
I mean, there were some obscure thing like the James Milner headed own goal. Have you ever seen anything like that?
Yeah, that was ridiculous.
That was ridiculous. And then at the end, 2 goals when Liverpool had a 3-goal cushion. It's maybe a little understandable.
No, I get you guys were by far the better team, but to say that we didn't deserve to be there is.
What do you think of all the VAR stuff? VR.
What
What do you think of Roma's owner saying that if there had been VAR, that Roma would have gone through instead?
No, I don't agree with the second part of that comment. Right, the second part being Roma would have gone through. I
Yeah.
think VAR could have changed the game for
Sure.
Just like Bayern Munich would have been happy to have VAR in both legs of that tie.
Yeah.
Juventus would have loved to have VAR at a certain point. There's a lot of teams actually who would have loved to have the VAR.
Sure.
And I think the fact that it's not there for a game where or a tournament that has so much money on the line, like every time you advance, you get paid tens of 15s and 20s of millions of dollars.
It matters. Higher profile players want to play for you. I mean, it's a big
means a
deal.
lot, right? And so for teams to advance, the club gets a lot of money, and for that much money to be at stake, I'm surprised that they haven't put more pressure on Europe, on UEFA to implement it. I don't get it.
The clubs are the ones with the power.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. They can decide, screw it, I'm not going to play in the Champions League. I don't want to be a part of this.
What is UEFA if Real Madrid say boycott?
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
they won't.
But, you know,
yeah,
they could flex.
They could, for sure. Nobody's going to want to watch the Champions League as much if Real Madrid's not there. You know, your Liverpools, your Man U's, your Juventus aren't playing. And it's that important, right, that you can't leave it up to chance. You can't leave this whole thing up to potentially a referee's decision who can be biased.
Yeah.
And it does, I don't know.
It's insane that we're, not NASA, but regular citizens are putting people out in space. Now we're exploring the universe. We're going underground. We're doing all this. We have AI like it's doing God knows what. Skynet, I don't want to know.
Yeah.
We don't. You're telling me that we're not ready to implement the technology.
Well, that's the problem is FIFA's using it.
It's ready. It's good to go.
But to say that FIFA's doing something before Europe is doing something in soccer is ridiculous.
Yeah, when has ever FIFA led
It's
the
like
way
my grandpa. It's like my grandpa teaching me how to use Twitter, right? Like that'd be what?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's essentially what's happening here.
Well, Sepp Blatter's old buddies
Yeah.
are like, yeah, VAR. Why are you guys
We've been using that for years.
Yeah.
Like, it's ridiculous, you know. So I'm happy it's going to be in the World Cup because I think it's going to make things a little bit fairer, right?
South Korea, Italy, 2002.
If VAR was around in 1986,
Maradona.
right? Would Maradona's
go back out, guys.
whole thing?
That's what Lineker said. He said, "Should we go back out and finish that now? Like, let's go finish that game."
Like, does his I heard a whole podcast about it. Like, does his reputation suffer? Right? Had they not scored that first goal, would he have gone on to score that miraculous second goal, like the one that he's defined by?
Yeah.
You know?
I don't know.
And would they have gone on to win the World Cup at that point? I don't know, right? And then his whole legacy is changed forever because of that.
I think that argument, like, oh, human error is part of the game. First of all, it's bullshit. Like, why would you want to court error?
Yeah.
Like, as if it's some sort of like.
If that's the point, like, then what's the point of the rules, right?
Yeah.
What's the point of the rules if we're gonna just think, oh, it's okay?
The referee interpret. No.
There's a clear, defined rule.
I think the biggest thing is that it's just the practice of it, right? Like the technology is there. It's just like if it's video replay, how do you get it so that the referees or the sideline crew or whoever's like quicker doing that?
Yeah.
In the NFL, like they've got it as quick as it can be, considering they're looking at catch possibly.
Right.
But you know what I mean? Like they've got a booth upstairs. They're already looking at it. Like.
But soccer's faster than the NFL, right? Because the NFL, like you're saying, there's so many angles they have to look at to see, does the ball touch the ground? Does he fumble it? All that other stuff. But in soccer, it's almost
should be
clear
easier.
cut. Yeah. Like it's a lot faster. Was he offsides? Was he not offsides? Right? It can be determined pretty quickly. Was it a handball or not? Did he kick him or did he not kick him? The one that I'm waiting for is the point where we can get rid of the linesman.
Oh,
Right.
where it's just like players wearing chips or whatever. So it's just like like
You know,
like
yeah.
in hockey when they crosses the
Exactly.
line. Like, beep,
It
okay.
knows. Not even maybe players wearing chips, but just having a computer track each player, right? Because it could do that right now. It could sense where every player is. Yeah, it can sense where every player is and it tracks them, and so it can know if it's a fraction of a second off or not.
Yeah.
And then you don't have a linesman potentially getting it wrong and then having to go to the VAR. It's just instantaneous. Just like goal line technology, it's instantaneous. It knows if a ball crosses the line.
It's so doable. It's so doable. Just a little beep or alarm or something, just the light goes off. Just
Because right now UEFA's whole thing about, oh, don't worry, we have the officials behind the goal
great.
who have shown that they got it wrong. The Milan Arsenal Europa League,
Yeah.
where what's his name, Sterling? No, not Sterling. Sturridge?
No. Welbeck?
Is it Welbeck?
I think it was Welbeck.
Welbeck dove, and they called a penalty, and that changed the game.
Yeah.
Right? And the whole thing was the linesman or the fifth official, whatever his title is. There's the goal.
The goal.
The goal official was right there, and he still called a penalty. Like, that's the problem I have with it.
Yeah.
So that's my
Like
rant.
more referee, like more bodies isn't necessarily the answer.
Any thoughts?
Oh, no, man. I'm kind of stuck in it. 1-0 was not what I wanted.
What do you think of that goal?
I really like Victor Moses, and I hate that he plays for Chelsea now and is doing it to us. But nice goal, man. Pretty header, back corner. Karius was lost.
Look at the possession, 67% possession.
I know, man. We've had a lot. We've had a lot of good things go for us, and we haven't finished. 4 goals, second half. Make a bold prediction. Milner's gonna get on the sheet.
You still think Milner?
Dude.
Only if it's a penalty or
No.
his
Yeah.
face.
It's
In his own goal.
It's gonna fall to his. Yeah, well, could fall to his face.
You want to do a little launch pad, see what we got up there? Talking to you, Flavio.
They gave Arsene the kind of shield of honor. Yeah. So Man City tied 0-0.
Which was, they're 1 goal away from basically.
record.
Yeah.
But also, they just lost out on their what? Oh no, I guess they still have a chance to hit 100 points. But now they're not going to make the record, right? Wasn't the record like 102?
4. So it's something, but you know what? It's like one of those crazy records when they used to play like a million games.
Anyways, okay. That's not what I wanted, right? Yeah. I mean, this is kind of crazy.
Possession?
Yeah. Can I do that? There you go.
Substitution.
Like right in Chelsea, they're dominating possession.
Down a goal.
Still,
Targets, shots, maybe Liverpool have been a little, other than Chelsea.
I would argue it was this way before the goal, too. It's not even like after the goal, then they started dominating possession or trying to score.
You're saying that Liverpool were moving the ball. I mean, that's Liverpool's thing, is they're more of a passing
team?
Yeah, a little bit. Well, I mean, I know they press to get the ball back quickly, but like they're not like a slow build out of the back, but they want that ball in their possession in some capacity. They're winning it back or you know what I mean,
Yeah.
forcing the team to turn it over. So it's more less than rather them keeping the ball. It's somehow keeping your opponent from
getting the ball.
Yeah, exactly. Passing. I mean, that's a lot more passes. 370.
I mean, you would assume so with that much
Double.
possession.
Double, and more successful with it. Look at that. Look at that. Total passes in the final third. 100, 2-1.
So, yeah, same with the accurate ones.
Accurate ones too. That's insane. That's insane.
4 goals, bro.
I mean, but you know what? I think Conte is smart enough to just kind of like to know to collapse when they're in their own box, because Liverpool's whole thing is okay. Firmino, Mane, Salah, like those guys are quick. They want to get the ball with room between the back line and the goal, so they can like run into that space and cause havoc.
Yeah.
If they start with the ball on the 18 and there's already like a bunch of Chelsea bodies, it's hard for them to weave through. You know, like that's not really what they're built to do.
Yeah.
So I mean, as long as like Chelsea's fine with Liverpool having, what was it, 70,
7%,
60,
67.
yeah, you know, 65%. They're fine with that, or 100 passes in the final third if they're just knocking around the 18 and Chelsea have bodies back, right? Especially now with 1 goal, I think they're gonna hold on. They're gonna.
Chelsea will.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still kind of a Conte defensive team at this point.
Was that always his reputation?
Not really, but I mean, he's Italian, so
It's in his blood.
yeah, it's part of what we do.
He always falls back to that. Like in times of crisis, it's like, what do we do?
Sit back and defend.
Let's just hold on for a second. Let's let them come to us.
I mean, look at that. Almost the entire team is in Chelsea's half.
I'm surprised how, I know he started in the midfield, but I'm surprised Alexander-Arnold is staying that centrally. You know,
You expect them to be drifting out
just how
wide?
we're talking about Italians, it's like you fall back on your native instinct, which is like, you know,
Yeah.
catenaccio. But you think like a natural player who's like a wide guy, he's gonna kind of just naturally start to drift. You know what I mean? Like when the space opens here, he's gonna be like, oh, I'm
Going
gonna
out.
go here rather than, you know, like it's not as natural to, you know, traverse that way.
Well, I'm sure you still have Klopp yelling at you from the sideline. Right?
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, a good coach should be doing that
Firmino playing very deep,
to collect the ball.
too far away from Mane and Salah. In my like, what do you think, Marcus? You like them on on their islands over here, or do you like
Yes.
Firmino a little closer?
I
You
like
want him.
them running full speed at people.
Have they done that this game enough?
Mane did it twice.
A couple.
Salah, not enough.
Is it?
He'll get it.
You think it's a little bit of a like a balancing act, like Salah and Mane? Like one of them is maybe a little off, and the other, like one of them has to. It's rare for them both to have like amazing games. It's usually one is clearly like causing more problems. Or do you think it's maybe like a pick your poison thing from the other team? Like, all right, we're not letting Salah score against us. Like we're crowding him over here, but that means you're forcing Mane to beat you, and he can or does sometimes, right? I don't know.
I also like when Bobby just sets other people up. So I would like him a little further down the pitch, or up the pitch.
You think Firmino's a good passer?
He just does a lot. He does a lot for sets people up, gets them in positions, has them able to run into certain spaces, and I need it.
I mean, in this game, definitely, he's been all over. You can see he's been up top and towards Chelsea's box, a little more like a traditional 9. But then look at where he's passing. He'll go on the wing when he needs to. He'll go to the left, center. I mean,
He's come back pretty far too. Look, some of those passes are in Chelsea's own third.
let's look at Giroud then, right? Let's see, because he's their closest counterpart, right, to Firmino,
Yeah,
I
for
guess.
sure.
Let's see his pass map. That's a little more of a
Striker's pass now.
yeah, exactly. A lot of red, a lot of incomplete, all in the other half.
On the other half.
Not a lot of movement.
Yeah. What I want to see is just because he's a workhorse. Is how do I do? Not Giroud.
Conte, your boy.
Yeah.
Pretty good range.
Yeah, it's good for a first half. That's not bad.
And considering especially too, they've only had 33 or whatever.
Of the
Exactly.
possession.
So
Yeah.
you'd expect it mainly to come then in your own half.
You gotta love a guy who's just an unassuming, quiet person who just works his ass off.
Do you
That's
think
all
anyone,
he does.
Do you think anyone has a bigger heat map than this?
No.
I wonder if there's. How about? It's got to be bigger than Fabregas's, right?
Oh yeah, Fabregas.
Whoa.
But that's just spread out more. It's not.
It's not patrolling. It's not
Yeah,
constant.
I don't think so. What about?
Go ahead. You want to see someone else on Chelsea or Liverpool?
Yeah, wait. Let me look at Chelsea real quick.
Can we see Robertson? That guy runs a lot.
I want to see Bakayoko. Yeah, he's all on the left side.
Is Bakayoko off in the summer? I mean, he's been pretty disappointing for Chelsea. I feel like this is one where they recoup their money and just ship him back to God knows where.
Hey, Courtois had more movement than
Oh,
probably
wow.
some people on the team. Hazard. That's what I want. It's not bad. I mean, at least he's showing that he's moving to both sides of the field.
Yeah.
It throws defenses off, and he's not sticking to one side. It was pretty free license for a forward.
I think players like Hazard, you got it. You have to.
Let them do their
You
thing.
gotta. You don't put the shackles on him. Don't.
There you go. There's a heat map for you.
Milner.
Mills,
Yeah,
I'm
they're
telling
just
you,
getting
man.
everywhere.
Workhorse.
Did you Robertson? Marcus wanted to see Robertson.
He's sticking to his side.
He's
all up and
pretty
down.
left-footed, but he's gotten up. You look, he's gotten up and down all the way. I'm curious if any of the other fullbacks had something like that.
Salah's still pretty centralized.
Staying on the right, so we can cut in a la Robin.
Mane's doing a little more, but Firmino should be a little bit more spaced out. Yeah, there you go. He's getting around.
He's all over.
He's flirting with this area. He's buying him a drink and
Yeah,
seeing what
why
they
not?
like. Yeah.
Why not? All right,
Back to it.
second half just kicked back off. Still 1-0 to the Blues. But let's see what Liverpool can do. Do you worry? Can you? Oh, Bobby.
See, that's what I'm saying, man. These little drop-offs.
What are your thoughts on like form too? Like if you go in this game maybe not really caring, or maybe like let's just try and get a draw. Maybe Salah can get some goals, like add to his tally. But maybe you kind of play like shit, or like you don't click, or you feel off. Do you worry that carries over then into like Champions League, or you think it's like totally different mindset, slightly different team, like some different players come in, like Henderson comes back and the atmosphere is different, and you think like you can just switch it like that?
I don't know. I mean, would you say the same thing about Liverpool's performance against the second leg in Roma after they drew in the Premier League?
What's that?
Would you say the same thing?
Oh, well,
Good hustle.
maybe a little
With
bit.
the shirt.
Maybe a little bit.
Was Liverpool's performance lacking because of the draw or because they already had a 4-1 lead?
Woo.
Oh, good
Wow.
ball.
Was that a shot or a cross?
I think it was a cross.
He still doesn't know. But Moses he doesn't really know.
I'm just going to hit it hard, sir.
I think in the earlier stages of other competitions like Champions League group, I think there's more carryover. But I think once you get later and the stakes kind of rise, like there's more aura around those other matches where there's like this completely different energy where there's less carryover effect from how you did, at Stoke midweek.
Yeah.
Because like Champions League final, like you can't ignore that stage. Like that has so much emotion around it that like it's gonna make you play differently than however you played, good or bad.
No,
you know what I mean? Like you can't. It's not just a continuation of whatever form you had in your league in a match that maybe is not that meaningful.
Plus, I think in the Champions League, whether you're playing at home or away has a big influence, and the fact that in the final you're not going to be playing either of those. I mean, you're going to be playing neutral stadium.
Yeah.
I don't know how. I don't think that riles you up too much. I mean, it doesn't help because you don't have your home fans helping you, but at least you don't have a bunch of people booing you.
Yeah.
I'll throw in 2 cents.
Give us 3.
Yeah, I don't.
Don't give us 2. We want 3.
Let's not shortchange us.
I'm just worried because it would appear the way that Liverpool plays is tiring. It's going to tire you out. It's a very aggressive, very offensive, forward-moving, constantly moving. For most pieces, if you're in the midfield or up front, you got to move a lot.
Oh, it is.
It's the end of the season.
Thinking tired legs? You're thinking fatigue?
I'm hoping not. I think we have plenty of time to rest, and these guys are young and hungry.
Have you seen any signs of fatigue? Have you seen anything that makes you go, oh shit, we're tired?
I would call it bad form, but yeah, man, it could
Keep
be.
it outside.
Why would you? Well, I don't mind Alexander-Arnold hitting me. We can ping him.
Yeah.
But
I like him kind of creeping in. Would you ever see him as a defensive midfielder? He's still young and developing. I don't know. I like the kid's game.
Yeah, I don't know about him in the midfield yet. It's way too early to tell. I feel like he's built for the fullback position, right? Like he just kind of has that lanky, quick, stridey.
He came in for Oxlade Chamberlain when he got hurt.
They brought in Wijnaldum.
Oh, they did
Wijnaldum
bring him.
for him. Yeah.
That's right.
Speaking of Trent, where's Joe Gomez been?
Man, he's gotten a few
Look
minutes.
at Hazard. Hazard's just having fun now.
He is, man.
I'm not a big Gomez guy. I don't think he's got it. I don't think he's a fullback. He always gets. I feel like he gets caught out of position.
Conte, it's not your specialty.
Hey, lay it
is
off
not-
the keep laying it off.
That
the
is not
Conte.
your specialty, sir.
Hazard, that's a deep V-neck there. Look at that.
You gotta
Sebi,
pull-
That's Silver Lake.
is Naby Keita
That's
gonna
right.
be our Conte?
He's a little different. He's a little better of an attacker, but I think that's kind of the theory is that he's a runner. He moves. So you want him. He's covering ground. He's your everywhere guy, right? Conte is a little more defensively focused and good. I mean, he's good at it. I don't mean that as a slight by any means. I'd love to have Conte, but
Not a lot of people buy goalie jerseys, huh?
I want a Buffon.
You know what I mean? I just thought about that.
Well, you know what
Like,
it is.
I like Liverpool's goalie jersey.
They're-
All black. It's nice.
Traditionally, they're not as fresh. So there's not as much recognition, right? Like I know I could pick out a Roma jersey in the dark with
But
my
the
eyes
goalie
closed,
Roma,
right?
okay.
Yeah, I don't know what that looks like unless I'm getting close enough to look at the little crest and and then I see. There's also not that many players that play goalie.
Yeah, that's true.
Terrible.
But also the jerseys normally are all long sleeve, and nobody wants to wear a long sleeve goalie jersey.
Some of them might be padded. You never know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never worn one. I've never
Look
touched
at
my flesh.
Klopp's looking stylish. See, I like the Liverpool swag.
They kind of keep that classic retro-y, monochrome. Sometimes like.
I'm all about the monochrome. Blocking, color blocking.
I'm bringing sexy back.
You bringing it back? What do you got there, Luis Suarez?
It's a little dirty for
Conte's pissed.
early morning.
Not look like a clean challenge. Maybe not. Moses is strong, man.
Oh, man, I'm bummed. Like with that what is it, 2014 when
Oh,
we
he was
had,
terrible for us. He wasn't good.
But I wanted what he's doing now for us.
Like you want him at his best, you just don't want his
I
worst.
just want him on the wing running. I knew it was gonna make sense eventually.
Yeah, you want him on the wing, so maybe he'll force Salah on the bench or what?
No. Well, before we had Salah, man, this just happened 7 months ago.
Conte leaving Leicester was the best decision he's ever made.
Really?
Yeah.
Even though Juve have gone to 2 Champions League finals, or was it 2? No, he was there for the first one, right?
Wait, what?
Juve in the past, what?
No. Conte, not Conte.
Oh,
Conte leaving
Leicester. I thought you said Conte leaving Juve.
Conte leaving Leicester was the best move he's ever made in his life.
Man, Leicester really crashed this year.
He got out of there right at the right time, right at his peak.
Got his winner's medal.
He got all of
Did
that.
the deed, and then was
now
like,
he's French
peace.
national. Like, would he still be French national if he was on Leicester? Given how bad they are, like part of that plays into it. Like you can't be you can be an okay player on a bad team, and it just makes you worse. You know.
I feel like if Conte plays for France, right?
If you mean win.
Isn't that the best thing for that team in that it forces them to not play Pogba as a defensive midfielder?
Absolutely.
Like that they,
I think
it forces them to be like, okay, we have one of the best defensive midfield. Like, let Pogba go forward, let him create.
We talked about this on Friday, right?
Yeah.
Like you got to give a player like that just the ability to just create, like just move around. You can't put him in a box. Let him do his thing because that's how he disrupts defense. If you put him in a box, you let the defender just know where he's going to be at all times. Makes it easy for him.
You give him free reign on the field, and you keep him very locked up off. You know what I mean? Like, you don't let him like run the team or like the way some players kind of just get to call their own shots when they're like bigger than their clubs and stuff. Like,
Ronaldo.
I wasn't gonna name names, but I mean, by all means, he's like a professional. You know what I mean? Like he looks after his body and stuff. It's more so like other guys who are just like do whatever they want.
Nangolan who smokes.
Yeah, crazy, right? Zidane did, I guess, but Marcus does a little. So
yeah, that's true.
All the greats do.
Just the peak of his physical prowess.
The thing is, Marcus has had the training. He started when he was about 12, so.
You were competing in those the mini Olympics, right? The baby Olympics.
No
Baby
comment.
Gap Olympics.
Baby Gap.
Ooh, here's a little move. Get fouled.
Milner. And there's Conte.
Conte just holding off.
Maybe it's because they look so much alike, but is this the new Claude Makelele?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, yeah.
Just because they look alike.
Played a similar role. Makelele was a little. I don't know what.
He was better with the ball.
Yeah. He looked a little more like he had creativity. You know what I mean? You got that feeling when you had the ball. He's going to do something a little silkier. Conte is a little more of just a once he gets it, yeah.
He's more of a Gattuso than he is a Pirlo. I always have to go to Italian references.
I feel like Makelele also was a harder tackler. I'm not saying better, but like he had a little more venom when he went into those tackles. You also could
Hazard doing Hazard things.
Wow. Whoa.
Did I hit the crossbar?
I don't know what that hit. Hazard's up for it.
Yeah, he's having a game right now.
He usually plays pretty well against us.
Is he staying at Chelsea or is he gone?
I don't know.
Wow. Curious. Why would you gamble? I don't know. I think he stays. I don't know. They don't qualify for Champions League though. That's a pretty big miss.
Holy.
Oh my God.
That was an offside? Yeah, offside. Let's see. Was it the right call? He definitely looked off. He was alone. Linesman's jacked. All right. Let's Chelsea's fullback come up.
Yeah.
Offside
he's-
by a
he's-
mile.
Yeah, he's not even close to one say. Come on, Rudiger. You seriously gonna think that you were onside?
Yeah, you gotta act like it. You gotta act like you were aggrieved. So maybe get the next one, right?
Aggrieved? Is that a word? You bringing up the English thing
Aggrieved.
here.
Is my English not good? It's
No,
hard.
I think you're right. Oh, that nice pass. Who was that? Milner?
Yes.
Salah have 17 guys around him.
They're crowding him.
Ooh, that's
Teams are starting to
dangerous.
figure out that you gotta really crowd him. That's the only way. There you go. Easy.
Yeah, do you think that's a weakness of Salah's game? Is that
He's not a beast.
he needs a little bit of space, right? He needs to be able to get a step and then use the pace. Because as opposed to Messi, Messi's
Messi
been
gets
known,
crowded all the time
yeah,
and still
and
finds
he
a way.
finds a way out, right? Salah seems like he just needs a little bit of space and then he can do magic things.
Ooh, Henderson's coming in. Yeah, I agree with that. Well,
I don't know. He's still pretty good with the ball at his feet and in crowds, but it just seems like if you crowd him enough, he can't get out of it.
he can weasel his way through a few things. Like I've definitely seen him slalom a little bit, but I think it's just.
What was that? Just pulled up his shorts? Come on, linesman.
I think it's like magnitude, right? Like you don't just crowd him a little, you crowd him a lot. So that there's and you do it close, really close to your own box, which sounds insane, but so there's nowhere for him to like run out of it.
So Henderson.
Yeah, so he just pass it to the side and then just run around you.
Right? See, look, Liverpool's building on the right side. By the time Salah gets the ball, he's already so deep. You want him getting it quicker, right? You want him getting it just a little past midway. Well, here we go. Come on, Robertson, do someone here. Look how many bodies for Chelsea are back.
Boom. Look at that. Oh.
Where would you put Courtois up there in goalkeeper rankings?
Current goalies?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
Just
at the
for
top
the
has got to be De Gea, right?
Yeah. I would agree with that.
Number 2. I mean, I can't really put Neuer because he's not playing, right? So we don't know.
Yeah, but after Bayern Munich in the Champions League, you'd have to say, shit, he's probably pretty important.
Yeah, that's true.
Does not just Olay as the ball rolls in.
Do you think he thought, I'm going to pick it up, and he realized at the last second,
course.
shit, I can't pick it up?
Of course.
So I don't know. I guess Courtois. Who else would I like? Like Buffon's. Nah.
Buffon has lost
Yeah,
it.
he's
No one
old.
wants
He's
to.
40
No one
he's
wants
40
to.
years old.
No one wants to say it.
Yeah,
But
he's 40 years old. I mean, let's be honest. Donnarumma is still a good goalie, but he's not there yet.
yeah,
So
he's shown a little bit of cracks. Like, not quite where he needs to be.
Handanovic is a great goalie, so he'd be up there.
And we talked about what about
What about
Atletico's Oblak?
Yeah. Oblak is a great goalie. What's
Do you
the
like
other
Ter
one?
Stegen at Barcelona?
Yeah, he's okay.
Yeah, he's kind of whatever.
The Brazilian dude.
Oh, Alisson at Roma, and Ederson at Man City. Like those are great goalies.
I don't know, man. Watching Liverpool put 7.
Man City.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to get so excited. Not that I think.
Yeah, but
anywhere
there's
is
only so much a
fault.
goalie can do sometimes, right?
I know.
But having said all that, yeah, he'd be top 4 probably.
I'd agree with that. You know who I don't get the love for is Keylor Navas.
Yeah.
Everyone's saying he had a great, like he kept.
Against Bayern Munich, he did save 1 or 2 goals, like close range goals, but
He also did some flappy, weird nonsense. Wow, look how scared they are to even try and tackle Hazard. They don't even want to get close.
is that Rudiger? Yeah, you leave that all day.
At least he got a new top. Too slow. Liverpool playing too slow out of the back. You got to move it a little quicker. You're letting Chelsea just clamp back. Is this going the way you thought it would, Marcus?
Not at all.
Still think Liverpool have 4 in them?
I think we have 3.
I like your optimism.
I think we have 3.
Today's Iniesta's last Classico.
Oh my God.
You think there's a goal in it for him?
I don't know.
I do. I
If
think
they
he
get a
does.
penalty, he's got to take it, right?
Yeah, you have to give it to him.
Even though Messi's still in the hunt for Golden Boot or whatever.
Yeah, but he's won it several times. Like, who cares? If I were Messi, it'd be like, dude, this is more for you than it is for.
Ah, heavy touch from Salah. He would have been going one-on-one with him too. Could have skinned him.
Ex-teammates.
You're not a big Rudiger guy, huh?
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
How much you guys got good price for him when
I
you
think
sold
so.
him?
Yeah, he's one of our better signings. Salah on the upside now. On the other hand, no. In fact, before you showed up on Friday, we were talking about it, and I don't know if you remember, but I made a comment to you on the text a year ago when the news of Salah's sale to Liverpool,
Yeah.
and you asked what I thought about him. I thought he was a good player and so on. And then I made a comment. I was like, and I instantly regret it now, or I regret it now, not instantly, but I made a comment that said, he's a good player and all, but he's not a player who will win you the Champions League. So,
I think you did say that.
I did
yeah.
say that. I remember it
Shit.
specifically. Well,
Well,
so
my-
now,
I think I did agree with you though. I'll be honest. I didn't see this like meteoric rise this season coming.
he didn't play like this at Roma, and it could be just because Roma didn't get the best out of him. It could be that he was, it's the system's not right for him. It could be he was still maturing. I don't know, but
You know what I always thought the knock on him was up until Liverpool, and he did well at Roma. He was a great
Yeah,
player.
he scored-
but
I don't know, he scored like 15 goals.
He was a high volume guy. Like he needed a lot of chances.
Yeah.
He missed a lot too.
Right,
Right.
right.
Like he would have a million one-on-ones, score one or two, and it's like, all right, he got his goal for the game, but
yeah.
like a more clinical player would have. Oh. Dangerous, very dangerous.
Yeah, he should have. Courtois should have said something.
Seriously, had time.
I like the little stutter step.
Here you go.
did.
You want this though. You want players driving forward so we can counter quickly. Here we go.
Yeah, but you want the whole team counter forward, not just one of them.
Take what I can get.
Yeah, I'll take a couple up.
All right, everybody relax.
Need goals, man.
You got to score one before you can get four, Marcus.
Yep.
Leave it.
You got to score one before you can get four.
Milner's just not running anymore.
Now Salah's starting to come a little deeper to get the
But
ball.
look how many Chelsea guys are there.
They're crowding him. It's almost like they know he's a good player. Word might be getting out.
Somebody watched some tape.
Yeah? Good header. I always hated those as a defender, those like crosses at the skippy ones. You know what I mean? It's kind of hard to get the height on that just right to like clear it out. You think Liverpool going to find a goal here, Fabio?
Yeah, dude.
There's at least one more in this game. I mean, we still have a little less than 30 minutes. Arsenal's running riot, looks like, 3-0. They have what, no chance at fourth, right?
Who?
Arsenal?
Nah.
So now they're just playing for Arsenal's pride.
The pride of our scene.
I mean, this is what? His last year is the first time in how long that they don't make the Champions League?
20-something years.
You
Pretty
think-
long time.
You think that's why he's leaving?
I
Do you
don't-
believe the rumors that it's him getting kicked out and they're just letting
Yeah.
him save face?
Absolutely. I absolutely think that. I think the writing's been on the wall for a while.
Yeah.
I think it was just kind of easy with with the missing of the Champions League to let
Do you
him
think
go.
this is? I'm curious. Wait for this. Do you think this is a product of the Invincibles era?
Like he set
And
set
he's
his
riding
bar
high?
too high?
No, I'm thinking he's riding high on that, and he has been this whole time. And Arsenal has just been like thinking about letting him go, but every time the argument was like, "But he brought us the Invincibles."
I don't think it's just that.
Or do you think it's a top 4 finish for the last 20 years?
I'd say that more than anything. Just keeping him relevant. It's hard. Oof. Not enough.
He's got to be careful too.
You think Salah's in danger of getting 2 yellows for simulation, for diving, and getting sent off? You really think referee would give?
If it's not, that one was not simulation, but if it looks like it, the ref has to give it, and he can't be like, oh, I can't give another yellow for simulation, because again, what's the point of the rules?
Yeah. That's what Klopp's talking about.
Is he yelling at the ref or is he yelling at the players?
Yelling at the pink-haired lady right there. Jesus.
Too early for Chelsea to start milking the clock a little?
I mean, they already started parking the bus a little, so.
I thought they were doing that the whole game.
Ooh.
They're still pressing a little
Just
bit.
got kicked in the.
Yeah. Hey, this is in Amsterdam, Burge. Keep it cool.
What just happened, in fact? Did he just get kicked in the face?
He got some.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Little boot to the face, never hurt anyone.
Is that
Sure.
Conte?
Chelsea's starting to press a little bit, but they better be careful. They look for that second one too much. We'll find space to break. That's what we need.
Unless they got the second one.
I think that's what they're trying to do, but like right now, look, there's still only 2 people towards the box. Look how few people there are.
Oh, that
Whoa.
was Robertson. That was a little dangerous. And look at that goalie shirt. Like, I would wear that shirt.
You need the tattoos to match.
Do I? I need the hair too.
The hair.
The hair.
You can grow it back.
I can grow it back.
You could get it back.
I would
You
never,
still got it.
I would never look that stylish.
Get the little curls, a little, little.
I'll just get a perm.
Give her perm. Fabregas, so many assists still.
Ooh, like that was a foul.
Right?
I like how he just blasted it too.
Just to let them know. Arsenal up 4-0.
Yeah, they're just running riot. Why do you think there's the rule of the 18-yard line with the foul in the box or the goal kick?
What's the rationale there?
Yeah, I'm just trying to think. Like, what is the
All right, so if you commit a foul in the box, the thinking is if it's that close, then it denied a goal scoring opportunity, like a clear-cut goal scoring opportunity, I guess, right?
Well, I think we're talking about 2 different things. My question is on a goal kick, for example. A ball has to be played outside of the box before it can be touched.
Why?
What's the rationale there? Is it that you got to give space to the goalie? But then why would you punish your own team for being able to collect the ball short? Who cares, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
How is it an advantage?
Who is it supposed to be an advantage for?
Yeah, how is
first
it an
of all?
advantage for the team to be able to collect the ball inside their own box when the ball's being played from inside their own box? Like, I get why the opposing team has to stay outside the box.
Yeah.
You got to give them maybe some space. Maybe that's a okay
But why not
rule.
allow the defending team to
Yeah, I don't know. I've never understood that rule. And it's kind of a cop-out too, because if you're in trouble, if it's a poor pass, you're in trouble, you just run in the box
Run
and
in,
touch
touch
the
it.
box, and then you get another.
That's my
try.
trick. If the goalkeeper plays onto me and I'm like, I don't like someone's coming, I don't want this, just
Yeah,
run in the
run.
box and touch it and do it over.
Yeah,
Which
exactly.
also makes me think, could you get booked or like for that? Like
I
if
don't
you
think
did it
so.
repeatedly, what if that was your time waster? What if you had a goal kick and you just play it, have your guy run in the box, touch it, reset, have the goalkeeper play it to him again, he runs in the box, touches it, right? Like
Yeah, you might as well.
you get stuck in an infinite loop there. But I don't think you can like maybe they could give you unsportsmanlike or ungentlemanly like conduct, but like, right? And if it's allowed, why not?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm trying to say. That's why I don't understand that rule. Oh, Salah.
Ooh.
Oh no, you got try to get cheeky with it.
It's tough to back heel when there's like 5 guys around you.
Almost in the 6.
Wijnaldum, why are you jumping on that pass? That was almost offside.
Yeah, Hazard actually went for the. Oh.
That was a bit sad. He threw himself. That was a bit sad. He threw himself. Interesting. This game has gotten a little bizarre now, huh? Starting to.
It's getting more open. That's good.
It's not been Salah's day the last couple games, huh?
Tell you, man, you get tired. He's run probably half of Africa this season, man.
He's covered some distance for sure. It's getting a little testy too. Some tackles, some high boots coming in.
I expect something out of Mane. I'm sorry. Like, I need it.
Is he your guy, Mane? You a big Mane guy?
And Robertson.
Really?
I really like Milner too. I don't know, man.
So you just like guys that run their freaking asses off.
Milner's awesome. He reminds me of like the poor man Steven Gerrard, and doesn't have all the tools or anything, but like I just really like that we got him when Stevie was gone.
I mean, he's been pretty valuable.
I'm saying, man, what is 7, 8 assists in Champions League? Nobody saw that coming.
Oof. Just flash across.
That's a bet to make to the bookies, man.
What's that?
Over under 7 assists for Champions League for Milner. I bet you would have made a lot of money.
Yeah, who saw that coming? I love it though. Salah's got to go straight across the goal. When you see that, you got to run straight to the goal. You got to be the first person in front of the goalie. They're resting Robertson, huh?
I'd really like Solanke to do something. I haven't seen a thing.
I haven't seen it from him either. I don't know. They say I heard Steven Gerrard, now that he's Rangers manager, I heard he's after Solanke, but I don't know why. I don't see it. I'd rather get Ings than him, right?
I like Ings.
Dominic Solanke. He's like England U21. He's been great for like the younger team, but whenever I see him get a cameo, I'm always looking at him going like this is the guy we're supposed to get excited about. He's kind of one-dimensional. It's just not happening. We're just one pass away. That was a dive.
Yes, Bobby. I would really like a Robert Firmino bobblehead.
Yeah?
He was just doing it, but I want like the real one.
You want a bobblehead made? You would commission it?
I'd sign off.
Liverpool are looking pretty damn frustrated. I'm frustrated. Is this frustrating for you? I don't know.
Me?
Yeah. You don't
Sorry,
care.
I got.
You got no.
I
horse.
got caught up in the Serie A stuff. Yeah, I want to. Obviously, I just want to see goals. I want Liverpool to put on a clinic a little bit.
I just want to see him try. Countering everything I said earlier, I'd like to see him try and get some form going in the Champions League. Even if I don't think it completely carries over, better that than not. Here we go.
Hit him.
Here we go. It's not a foul?
There's a hospital pass from.
Ooh, looked a little questionable. But who was that? Solanke running on?
It was Firmino running.
Was it? I couldn't tell. It was hospital pass. How do you underhit that pass too, right?
Yeah, you have some of the fastest guys in the world.
Just play it ahead. Play it ahead. They're not. No one else is getting it when you play it ahead. To underhit that's pretty criminal. Just play it ahead. Play it ahead. They're not. No one else is getting it when you play it ahead. To underhit that's pretty criminal. Too stagnant. Too stagnant. Too much standing around, passing when you're standing still. This team is about movement. You got to be running. Too stagnant. Too stagnant. Too much standing around, passing. Arsenal running riot on Burnley. All we need is one goal, though. One goal, and then we can rest.
Yeah.
I don't want to have to worry about anything next week. I really don't.
Yeah, you want to make it so that you can just play all your subs.
Yeah. But knowing Liverpool, we'll do it the hard way. We'll blow it, we'll lose, then win the Champions League, and then just get in top 4 that way. That would be our style. Always the hard way. 5 goals up on Roma. Couldn't just let it go, could we? Had to throw you guys a lifeline there. 5 goals up on Roma. Couldn't just let it go, could we?
We threw the lifeline. If Nainggolan hadn't given up that goal, it would have been a little bit different of a game. Not given up, but
yes.
gave away. Oh, that was good defending. Who was that, Kea?
Not sure. Out of the way. Now they got too many bodies back. We had our chance. That's where Solanke could finish. It's like a header like that. But where was he? Didn't even see him.
He's got a big head.
That's where Solanke could finish. It's like a header like that. But where was he? Didn't even see him. It's one of those things where all the bouncing balls not really going Liverpool's way today. A couple blocks here, there, a couple deflections not falling right. Sometimes it's how it goes. Team with momentum usually takes those, right? I mean, Chelsea are the ones going for it.
Does Liverpool have a chance of getting a person like Hazard, not from like a league rival?
I think we win the Champions League. We do. I think for sure.
Ooh,
Wow. Wow, that would have been a goal.
Spectacular.
Marcos Alonso. Wow.
The fake
The hell?
Fabio. Jesus.
Fake Fabio. Real Fabio would have scored that. Dude, that is hard. He's running. He's like backtracking.
Yeah,
Wow.
Fantastic.
Wow. Great technique.
Look at that. So
Wow.
close.
I mean, if that goes in, there's not a whole lot you can say. Just, wow, he hit a glorious strike.
I mean, that might have been goal of the season.
I
right?
think that would have been probably, right? Strike that out, straight out of the air. See, just pass it around the back, pass it around the back. Everyone's flat-footed. Gotta be running onto it. Here you go.
Well, Sebi, what
No
happens,
foul?
What happens when they
Referee.
load 10 guys back in the, or 8 guys in the final third of the field? It kind of clogs it up. We've seen it before.
Yeah, that's how teams try to beat us a lot. Oof. Well done. Easy, Victor Moses. There you go. He's going in the book for that. Fabio, what would you do right now if you're Liverpool to find the goal? Keep it as is? Push someone up? Change someone?
I don't know. You have to figure out a way to draw Chelsea out more, right? So you take a little bit more of a chance to let them continue to have more possession and raise their back line. That way you can just counter. You got to give Salah and Mane and Firmino a little bit more space. So, yeah, to a degree, I would let them push. Trust your defense a little bit more, and then once they get too confident, they start to push more of their, especially their outside backs up. Then you
do they push? I don't think so. They like right there. We just saw they're not tracking the midfielder up. Like they're letting Liverpool get it wide on the wings as long as it's way far out.
No, I'm saying when they have possession, you don't high pressure.
You let them come forward.
You let them come forward.
You invite it forward.
Yeah. Because like we saw, the goal difference doesn't really matter, right? So they win 1-0, they win 2-0. Who cares?
Sure.
Right? It's
But you think we're not going to find a goal unless we really kind of play with fire a little bit and entice them forward? I mean,
No, not that you won't, but I think it's going to be just harder, right? No, not that you won't, but I think it's going to be just harder, right?
Like that. There's no need to give that ball away. You settle that down.
Is that Hendo?
Like, this is perfect. Drop up, drop back a little bit, let their defensive line.
They're not going to come forward though. Under 10 minutes, they're not coming forward. They're sitting back.
Look, let Conte move out of position. Now you turn and go.
Run.
Quickly.
Ah.
See, just a little heavy touch there. Can't get it back. Now, stop their momentum. Now everyone's back. See, now we're walking with the ball, You don't want to be walking with the ball. Not this team. You got to be running with it. You got to break quickly. We just haven't been able to. Or our touch has been heavy, or the deflections kind of spun off a little bit. We're not built to play this style.
This is not you.
No.
What is he waiting for him? Good ball. Oh.
Settle it down, settle it down. He's coming in hot, let him foul. There you go.
Get a
Hit
good
it.
cross. Get a good cross.
Oh, you had a chance. Why were you waiting for? You could have played the shot cross. Oh, whoa. That was...
Who is that on the right that keeps making those crosses? He's making good crosses. Is that Henderson that just made that? Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
That was a good cross. It's a dangerous cross.
Did someone get a touch on that? Guess it'd be tough to call that one a back pass.
Yeah, you can't really.
But that could have gone anywhere. We're due for a own goal. Yeah, like a bizarre own goal, I think. We're due for a little fortune.
I'd like a Virgil header since we're throwing out freaking anomalies.
A Virgin header? Oh, Virgil.
Has he scored since his debut against Everton? I don't think he has he?
I think we're overdue.
We need a corner kick, though.
I mean, was he expected to score?
I mean, on set pieces, he's kind of a beast. Yeah, had any set pieces?
Have we had a corner? Yeah, man. I don't remember it if we did.
I want to check, but I don't like that. Just a little slow off the ball.
Yeah.
But see, that was an important pass. They get it going quicker, a little quicker. So there's just a little bit of space now. Just a little space between the forwards and midfielders that you can run in through. But now we're getting held up in the corner. Didn't see much of a foul there. How many corners have we had? Let me see. I feel like we had them all in the first half. We did.
Why wasn't William starting?
Oh, great question, man. Maybe we did this.
One corner only Liverpool had. Is that Hazard coming off?
For Willian, that's kind of not good.
I think maybe Hazard just got a little tired.
Yeah.
But why wasn't William starting?
Why didn't you have? I don't know.
Probably. Who do they have in his place?
I mean, probably because back was like
ugly
back
hat.
Probably because they were thinking defense first, right?
I guess.
Keep it tight. My guess would be.
I mean, who were their top three? Giroud, Hazard, and who? Alonso?
Moses.
And Moses. You start Moses over William for defense purposes, I guess?
What happened to Giroud, though? Other than his goal, have we heard his name or anything?
I mean, he had the other opportunity earlier, but...
It's been pretty quiet.
Ooh, right to the nuts.
Kind of hoping for a handball on that. Good pressure. That was clean. Now we just got a couple minutes left. Snatch the draw and be done with this, right? Or Marcus, 3 goals.
I'll just take the draw.
Oh, see that? A little slip. Just aren't getting the breaks today.
There it is.
There it is, yeah.
don't have the height advantage.
Yeah,
Stop
why
it.
would you whip crosses in like that? You think Liverpool have one good shot left? Still haven't had a legitimate shot on goal in, I don't know, an hour. Right? You think we could still? We need to create an opportunity. We're passing close to the goal, but that's not doing anything. Jeez.
Oh, come on. That's
What? They call a foul now? After Mane is fouled about 4 times, gets no call, finally turns away into free space, and gets nothing called.
I feel like again.
It's just a little under hit ball.
Yeah.
We've been doing it to ourselves with some of this. We really have.
Yeah, I was going to mention
See?
that, man. I don't think they're not playing their football like to their best.
Yeah.
And that's partly due to Chelsea and
I mean, Chelsea set up the way teams set up to beat Liverpool, but it's usually not. It's not the big teams. That's not the way Man City tries to play us. It's it's the way maybe some of like the lower teams try to play.
Swanseas of the world.
And it frustrates Liverpool too. I mean, we have problems with that for sure. But Liverpool have done themselves no favors with just not being sharp on the ball, loose touches here or there, a little sloppy.
Are they about to make out?
To make something.
Ooh, got Williams fast.
Ooh.
Like that. Still heavy little touch there. Can't quite get it away.
Oh,
Ooh.
if that went the other way, that would have been.
I know. Ball boy, we're getting it back. Still passing so slow. Too slow. Another cross. It's not what we're built to do. Man, that was long. Need a penalty kick.
Oh, oh,
Get it?
no.
What?
A cross. Yeah, give it to him. No, get a good cross. No.
Oh, that was awful.
Who was that, by the way?
That was one of the worst. Was that Alexander Arnold? I don't know who it was.
That was just fucking ugly.
I mean, we possessed the ball on the 6-yard box, just couldn't turn. 4 minutes extra time.
I can't believe it.
Conte looks like he just loves pajamas and like would wear them all day.
He looks super comfortable.
I would wear pajamas. I'm 1 degree away from wearing pajamas
You kind
myself.
of are.
Yeah.
But don't you sleep naked? Jacqueline? Can you
I'm
attest to that?
wearing your shorts. Your soccer shorts.
Let's
and
not,
I'm
let's
wearing,
not broadcast that.
I'm wearing them better than you wore them.
Yeah, that's the more upsetting part.
It's not that I'm wearing them.
It's that it fits you better than it fits me.
Where'd you buy those? Baby Gap?
Baby gap. We're baby gapping. Here you go. Oh, like that.
Oh, come on, ref.
Like that. It hits the referee when it's gonna set up an attack.
Also, why would you pass it back like that?
Oh, like that.
Come on, because there's nobody behind him.
That sums it up. When a nice little
Ooh.
cross-field diagonal ball goes right off the referee, that sums it up.
So you don't need that either. You're getting desperate for no reason.
That was a foul.
Yep.
Referee will probably call it back now that we're moving forward. Just need one good look.
You don't have numbers yet.
Oh, whoa. You know, we don't. I mean, if we're gonna whip crosses in, then we might as well take Van Dijk and put him up top.
That's what I'm saying.
You know.
Again, like, who cares if you lose 2-0? It doesn't matter.
No.
You know.
Solanke.
Goal difference doesn't mean shit. Or penalty kick maybe, but we're not getting many calls.
It'd have to be blatantly obvious penalty for him to give it to them in the last minute. You know.
Seen him given for less though.
Is this Chelsea's last home game?
I think their next ones are home. We'll check. We'll check after.
Whoa, easy.
Yeah. What, dude?
Pedro, welcome. I guess he didn't warm up. He had to get a little sprint in.
Could you imagine if he pulled a sub, doing that? Pull a hammy?
Yeah, pulls up.
Sub. Conte, I need a sub.
That was their third, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was the last one. These things are making me sick.
Good. Oh, now Van Dijk's up there. Here you go. That's
Horrible.
not a great ball.
Horrible ball.
Lucky though.
On the ground play.
Here comes another cross. Predictable. Hit it.
Just get
Mane.
get a touch, and get it back and cross. Goal.
Oh, how do you not score that? You got to put that down. Oh my God. Man, that was it.
And that's why you ride the bench.
That was it right there. Great cross by Mane, huh?
Yeah, that was a good cross.
I thought he was going to try and take him.
Oh, you got hit off the
Ooh,
ball.
did
Good
get hit.
defense. That's why you always challenge. Even if you can't win it, you always challenge. Technically, that's a foul.
Yeah.
Right?
There was definitely some good contact there. There's a handball there.
Handball.
Yeah, a little.
But that's technically a foul because Rudiger didn't jump straight up. He jumped into the guy.
Didn't hit ball. Altered in. I mean, I'll tell you what. If that's not in the box, for sure that's called a penalty, a foul, right?
Probably, yeah.
For sure.
Courtois got a yellow. Time.
Probably. He doesn't care though. Time's up. There's only a few seconds left.
It's the final countdown. You just gotta blast it, Pedro.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna retreat all the way back.
Whoa,
to defense.
Pedro. The referee's about to blow it, I think.
Forward, Henderson. Forward,
Oh.
Virgil. Get across.
A little much, huh? Woo!
Did you see the game? I forget what league it was in, where he called the game right when the team was about to shoot
Yeah, and it was like, what?
to possibly tie the game.
I mean, technically, it's not basketball. So if they shoot and the ball's heading towards the net, let's say it's an open net and it's rolling in. If they blow the whistle, it's dead. Then it's not like it's not when the ball
Goes out.
yeah or whatever.
Were you in soccer? You're talking about?
Yeah. So if the ball's rolling across the line and the whistle blows before it does,
It's game over.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
not like basketball where it's like buzzer.
Yeah. I know. But like, you got to give the shot. You know what I mean? They have an opportunity. Normally,
Like
you call
what kind of sick person doesn't give that shot?
Normally, you call it right after the ball misses or their last opportunity. Then you call it.
That's it for this one. 1-0.
A lot of chances. No.
It's a little disappointing, right? Now you have to win the next game.
Well, Chelsea have a midweek game. If they don't
If they
win,
blow it, yeah.
If they lose or draw, then yeah. Or if they lose or draw their last one. But still, it would have been nice just to get this one and then totally rest.
Well,
the
there's
last week.
also Tottenham, right? So
Yeah, but now Tottenham are back in the driver's seat. Now that Liverpool lost. Yeah, but they'll probably lap them on their next match.
she's 71 with the game in hand. Okay, so a win gets you 75 next game. A draw only 73. So they still each have 2 games. And so you're not 73. Like if you tie or lose the next game, then Tottenham's going to pass you for sure because they would just need one point.
Yeah. I mean, I'm banking on Tottenham. I mean, I don't even think Tottenham's even playing anyone worthwhile in their last. I mean, I'm banking on a couple matches, right? You look at their next 2.
Yeah, but neither is Chelsea.
They've got
I mean,
their home to
Leicester.
Newcastle. Yeah, but Leicester have just crumbled. I mean, they're stumbling. All right, so let's go back.
Let's see Chelsea's last. Yeah. I think they have like the what is it called? Huddersfield Town and then Newcastle. They both play Newcastle.
We need Rafa Benitez to do us a favor, maybe. Huddersfield, I mean, great result for them today, getting a point against
Are they?
City.
They're not in relegation, are they?
I think they're just about safe enough. Just about. Yeah, 40. Or
Yeah,
no, sorry,
46.
Huddersfield.
So
Liverpool play Brighton, so Brighton are safe.
But
Huddersfield-
Huddersfield is not. So that could be worthwhile. They need the points.
They do need the point.
So
but
that's better than you guys have the advantage because you're playing a team who's okay. We're solid. We're
Yeah.
gonna qualify, but they need the points. So
But-
does Chelsea, I guess.
But
still.
who would you rather bank on? A shitty team who needs points, or yourself who can just like
Who
put it
also
to
needs
bed?
some- yeah.
Right? Like it would have been nice to just get the 1-1 today. But that was a pretty frustrating game. Look, Chelsea played well. Giroud scored a good goal. They played compact. They know the way to frustrate Liverpool is park the bus,
Yeah.
right? And then Liverpool didn't do themselves any favors by kind of playing sloppy,
Yeah.
like loose touches, a little slow here, a couple, like hitting the referee, some 50-50 balls didn't go their way. But overall, let's look at possession. Nope, not the game we want.
But even still, man, you had 70% possession and they lost 1-0. That's sad.
Same for Liverpool, practically.
that's true.
68. Look at the ball. 22% of the time, the ball was in Liverpool's third. 27 in Chelsea's. Liverpool had the lion's share of possession, but let's look in the second half.
Even more.
About the same.
No, total possession.
Total possession, a little slightly more. Let's see where they're coming. So Chelsea, when they were coming forward, a lot on the left.
Hazard.
We saw Hazard,
Yeah,
right?
dude, he was just running right over there.
He was having a field day. Not a lot in the center, right? We didn't see a lot of Giroud. We saw none of Morata.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even know what he looks like anymore, right? A little bit of Moses on the right. Liverpool, you saw.
Mane more though.
Yeah, so Salah wasn't. He was frustrated. They definitely keyed on him more and
Yeah,
kind of forced.
he didn't have a game at all today. He was pretty much absent.
In the second half, he got a little more involved, so he got slightly more, but still, generally, it was Mane. We saw in that first half all the Liverpool highlights are Mane. I mean,
Yeah,
50% of the time it was coming through him. Average position. Let's see how those changed.
Yeah, they pushed even higher and they pushed even further back. I mean, as you would expect.
Yeah, Alexander-Arnold did move towards the right a little bit when the subs came on. Solanke then all of a sudden lived in their box. We lost kind of our width because we weren't trying to play down the wing.
Yeah.
Liverpool was just trying to whip some crosses in, win the ball back, and get crosses in as quickly as possible.
But this is pretty solid. The fact that these two average positions were pretty much in line, like on the same line,
Yeah.
high. Like that's good.
Is that your maybe the silver lining you look for Liverpool? Their takeaway going forward is like, all right, Van Dijk, Lovren. Like Lovren's been error prone, I guess is the nice way of saying it. And Van Dijk, he's a new guy, but maybe they're starting to find
gel a little bit.
positionally at least,
Yeah.
like kind of know their role a little.
Sure, I think so.
If we're looking for one. What about Chelsea? What would you say there? It was all about the result. It wasn't pretty, but they got the result.
They just need the result. Yeah, I don't think they'll care how they win it. They beat a team who's in the Champions League final. 1-0. Let's move on and
Yeah.
move to the next game.
How-
We could play pretty then.
How catastrophic is it for Chelsea if they miss top
Champions
four?
League.
Yeah.
It's huge, right? For a team run with that much money flowing through them, they have to make the Champions League just to pay the payroll, right? Like, I mean, I'm sure the guy doesn't want to keep coming out of pocket to pay all this stuff, and they make a lot of money as a club, but like that's a lot of money to miss out on.
Yeah. Well, that's
Actually, how does that work? So, even if Chelsea don't make it, they are going to be hoping for a Liverpool win in the Champions League final.
so. If Liverpool win, I think the way it works is, and it gets very confusing and also changes. But I think the way it works is, the top four of England get it, and only if a team that wins the Champions League is outside of them, that they get a fifth. So it's not
Okay.
like.
So even if
So it's not like if Liverpool finish fourth and win the Champions League, England doesn't get another spot. It's only like it's just to protect the winners so they can come back. It's not like
Yeah.
You know,
it
it's not
doesn't.
like you got.
It doesn't punish the top 4 finish if it's not a Champions League final winner.
So if Liverpool finishes top 4 and wins Champions League, I don't think
You still only
team
get 4.
5.
Yeah.
I believe so.
Okay. Yeah, I think that might be right. I mean, it makes sense.
But the only caveat to that is, and now it's not possible, but if Arsenal had won Europa League, because Europa League winner gets Champions League spot too. So I think if Liverpool finished outside the top 4, won Champions League, and Arsenal obviously finished outside the top 4, won Europa League, then and only then I believe it's the 4th place team in England that gets the axe.
It goes to Europa.
Yeah. Which how upset would you be?
Yeah, right.
Right? How infuriating would it be to, because you know the whole time you have to just finish top 4, and now you did what you were told to. It's not your fault. Maybe you weren't even in those tournaments. You couldn't do anything about it. Salah, sorry, got sidetracked there. Second half. Let's see how his heat map was.
He moved more.
Yeah, he moved a lot more.
And he started to move more central.
Yeah.
It's probably to collect the ball more because it was all coming on Mane's side.
Smart move or bad move? Or is the proof in the pudding? Is it
I mean, my concern with it is like this. When you start to move more to the center, you draw that defense with you. And so now they're even more clustered in the middle of the field than they were before, giving less room to Mane to work with Firmino and whoever else was out there.
You do this if you have someone else then on the right wing who can exploit that space and do something with it, right?
Well, towards the second half, at the end especially, we saw that, what was his name, was playing on the outside and just kept whipping in balls.
Yeah.
Because there's nobody out there covering him. They were all pushed into the middle to cover Salah.
And he's not. And the thing is, I think it was Henderson, right?
Henderson.
Like,
no. But who was the other guy on the outside?
Was it
Robertson.
No, he was on the left.
What? Oh yeah.
Alexander Arnold, or I think
it was Arnold.
Klein is in there for a bit.
But whoever it was open, wide open every time out there because they were just tracking Salah. They didn't care about crosses coming in.
Yeah, they can defend crosses all day. They're fine.
They have the height advantage for sure.
And then whoever you get on the wing for Liverpool, if they're not like a dribbler, that's what they're going to do. They're going to go, okay, well, we got the ball in space, but
I'm just going to cross it.
Crossing is what I do. And
Yeah.
if they're just standing off you, then they're like, yeah, go ahead and cross it in.
Right.
What else do you want to see? Anyone's heat map or touch map passes? Let's see. Maybe Henderson's passes when he came in. Let's see what his impact was. I think it was all second half anyway. He definitely helped, but there's just, again, there were no chances created. A lot on the right side. A lot backwards and sideways.
More than half of them are backwards or sideways.
Which is what you do when you run into the opposition. That's kind of the busted
Sitting
part.
back,
You circle around it, right? If you were able to slice through it, I think the scoreline would probably be different, or there'd be more chances created. Chelsea. Who was their best passer today? Who do you think? Fabregas? Let's see. 49 passes. 2 chances created. Pretty clutch. Pretty clutch.
What is Mertesacker getting?
Is he retiring?
Did he?
Maybe. It's about time for him to go, right?
Oh, he is retiring. I didn't know that. He was the one who gave that interview that said that for the first several years, and even still, like he was so nervous before every game that he would have to run to the bathroom every single time.
Really?
Yeah.
That's gross.
Yeah, I know. He had like stage fright, and he was just always so nervous before each game.
What are your predictions for the next? How do you see this season ending?
For Liverpool?
For Premier League, the top 4 race.
Well, I think it ends up Tottenham, Liverpool. I think Liverpool get a result at the final game.
You think Chelsea just...
Is the final game before the Champions League?
Yeah. 2 weeks before.
Oh, that's right.
So next weekend, so there's the Chelsea and the other teams who have a game in hand.
Wednesday then next week.
Tuesday, Wednesday, like the midweek, and then next Sunday.
Everybody plays at the same time.
Everybody plays same time. We'll be here.
Yeah, we will.
We'll be watching. We'll have a few different monitors going on with some games for you.
Yeah, because I think
7 a.m. for us. Yeah, and then the following weekend is FA Cup final. And then the following weekend, Champions League. Yes, sir. Marcus, what's your final verdict?
Not what I wanted.
Wait. Next weekend is what? 13th, right?
Yeah.
Is that the final Premier League?
Yeah, final Premier League. Week after FA Cup, week after
Champions League.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Serie A still has a couple to wrap up, right?
Well,
Or did you guys
2
catch
weeks.
up? 2 weeks.
So it's next weekend is
So,
second
yeah, 'cause
last.
you
and
guys, already,
then-
you guys already did Coppa Italia, right?
yeah. Oh no. They still have the final to play.
How many?
I don't know who's playing in that actually. It's Juve, somebody. But yeah.
Napoli?
No.
So you're saying Liverpool and Spurs. Marcus, who you got finishing top 4?
I mean, it would appear that it's Liverpool and I don't want. I don't want to say anyone
You
else.
don't even want to say the alternative.
Yeah.
Don't say it. I'm not even going to say it. I don't even want to. You know how I feel. I don't. Of course, I'd have to say, if you really ask me, I'd say somehow we blow it and Chelsea overtake us, but Liverpool wins the Champions League and ends up because we have to do it the hard way.
You think so?
We always do it the hard way. It's never, ever, ever easy. They make us pull our hair out all the time. I think that's about it for us today. Good result for Chelsea. They keep the dream alive.
Yeah.
Man City got to lift their trophy earlier. Any thoughts, questions, you want to reach us? Hit us up on all our social media, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, everything. Marcus is on AIM, so look for him there.
He accepts carrier pigeons as well.
Marcus is trolling the chat rooms in the Craigslist type area, so you can find him in that domain.
Very accessible.
Join us next week. We'll be doing the wrap-up final weekend of Premier League, and we'll see how it all plays out. So thanks a lot for watching, and remember, if you're hearing this, you are the convention.